When it comes to video marketing, one of the most frequent questions I'm asked is, what are some ideas that I should be using to create content for these videos? In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the top video ideas for marketing to your geographic farm. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smullin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies. If you are brand new to our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're here. What we're all about is helping real estate agents just like you generate more leads, set more appointments, and close more transactions. So if you're after more leads, appointments, and transactions, this absolutely is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. Before we get going on today's video, just down in the description below, you're going to see some information about our real estate masterclass for Facebook. It's 2 hours chock full of all of our best practices, what we're doing to help our clients crush it on Facebook, get more leads, appointments, and transactions. So if you want to know some of our best practices and secrets of how we do what we do, make sure you go check that out. It's totally free. Now, in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is real estate video ideas for marketing to your to your geographic farm. So again, I'm often asked this question, hey, I've got this farm, I want to repetitively market to them, but I don't know what kind of content I should be making. So with that question in mind, that is the entire topic of today's video. So I wanted to share this little graphic here. And this is some research and information about what people, what consumers are using for what people are using videos for when it comes to real estate shopping. So you'll notice that 86% of people use video to find out more about a specific community. Now, that is really valuable information for us simply because, when we're talking about geographic farming, we're not talking about farming at the state level or the city level. We're often talking about a very small community, a group of homes, where we can be very specific about that. So if the vast majority of people are using real estate videos or watching real estate videos to get information about communities, then the path of least resistance is let's just give people what they're looking for. Let's give them that content about communities. So I'm going to give you some ideas and some ways that you can harness that, but that's one statistic I wanted to share with you. You can see the next statistic down. Lots of people want to see video tours of homes, getting information about just general things in real estate, and you can see the rest of those results. But again, I wanted to explore this concept with you about going after the community level. Now, like I said, for farming, this is perfect because our objective is we want to position you as the real estate expert and as the community expert for that specific area. So obviously this falls very well within branding you and establishing you as that community expert. So let me share with you some of the videos and concepts that I would recommend that are helping my clients crush it, the ones who are doing geographic farms, just to become a well-known figure in that area. Now, the first thing is I always recommend doing market update videos. People are always asking, what's the market doing? How's things going? And especially in today's fast-paced, fast-moving real estate economy, people are asking this question even more and more. And so you want to make sure you're producing content about that. Now, what you can do specific to, make it dovetail with what people are looking for is rather than talking about what's going on in the market, at the state level or at the city level, we want to break it down to that community, that specific area. Because when you can break it down to that level, that's when people realize that you are the community expert and you know what's going on. So that would be the first video I would recommend is a market update specific to that area. The average sales price, days on the market, all those kinds of statistics. The second topic for a video would be looking at the cost of living, a rent versus a buy situation. So if you're talking about what the cost of living is for this specific area, people get a sense of what's going to be better for them to, whether it's to rent or to buy. And it also helps position you as the real estate expert of being able to help people accumulate more wealth, especially as they purchase real estate. So that would be a second video idea is the rent versus buy, the cost of living scenario. A third one would be things to know before moving. Things to know before moving. So again, people are looking for this community information. We can provide that community information. So with this kind of a video, what we're talking about is we're talking about those things that are specific to your area. So like a lot of communities have, sometimes festivals or fairs or certain little things that they do in their area. Obviously, some of that has changed a little bit just due to COVID and things like that. But there are still things that are going on, and typically in most areas right now, more and more events are starting to happen. So being able to provide information about those things that people should know about the community, that is super helpful information, and people will realize that you're the community expert with that. Another thing to do, kind of on the same line, is talking about things to do things to do in this specific community. So one of the things I've had people do is they will sometimes feature businesses that are in the area, restaurants, just because it's a way to talk about, again, what's going on in the community, certain events, fairs, those kinds of things. Any of that is great information to publish, again, just establishing you as the real estate expert. Another kind of video that I would recommend would be congratulating the local school on their accomplishments. So if they just won the state tournament for volleyball or football or basketball or I don't know, whatever, it's some kind of great academic scholarship or academic achievement or whatever, but being able to celebrate those wins locally, people realize that you are tied into the community, and you'd be surprised at how much goodwill a video like that will buy you. It's crazy. So that would be another type of video, is congratulating schools on their accomplishments for that local community. The other thing that I would recommend, there's tons of recommendations. I could go on for quite some time about this, but I want to keep this video short. So my last recommendation would be this, and that is talking about the top developments in the neighborhood or in the area. So a lot of times when builders are building out a neighborhood, they have one phase of it that's one development and another phase that's something else. But being able to talk about the individual developments, it's a powerful tool, because again, people are looking for that community specific information. But here's why it's also important, right? Let me go back to sharing my screen here. So you want to think about this from a SEO, search engine optimization perspective. So if you're creating this content and you're putting it on Facebook, you're putting it on YouTube, one of the top video platforms out there. If you're doing this kind of marketing, think about what happens from a search perspective. So if somebody is looking for information about that specific community, right, when they search for it, they're going to see something like this that has information about the area. But then what also happens typically is that a lot of these communities will show video results on page number 1. And so if your video is getting published on page number 1, where there's the most search results, think about how much free traffic that you're going to generate with videos that are optimized about these specific developments, right? So, in this case, I did a search for Daybreak, right? It's a huge community down in the southern part of Salt Lake County. There's all kinds of communities and developments that are going on in your area where it's not being well publicized. And so if you had any information about it and somebody went to Google and did a search, there's a good chance that your content is going to come up, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's a Facebook video. There's a good chance that content is going to be found because of the way that you've optimized it for that specific community, right? So that's one powerful tool, is just helping people realize that if you have information that is community specific, you're going to get a lot of free search and free traffic from Google just because you're putting out content about that and other people aren't. See, this is one way that as you consistently do this and put out content about the area that you focus on, this is how you become the community expert. This is how you become that go-to person where everybody knows who you are because they see all the content that you put out, right? It's all about branding yourself as that real estate expert, community expert. And when you do that and you use some of the video ideas we've talked about today, that's when you can really see some massive traction in your business. So hopefully that was really valuable for you. If it was, click that thumbs up button, thumbs up button down below. We appreciate that, your support. That thumbs up helps us tremendously, so we appreciate that. It's just that signal to YouTube that you like the content that we're putting out. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. Right? Every single week we put out brand new videos with new strategies, new topics, new information that you can use to grow your business. So please subscribe, hit that little bell notification. You'll be notified every time we put out brand new content. And like I said, we do this every single week. I'll also put up a couple of videos here just so you can learn some more tips and more strategies to grow your business. Also, if you're curious about the services that we provide for helping you market your business, I'll put some information about that down in the description below, so go check that out. Other than that, make it a great week. Keep crushing it with your real estate business. As always, if we can help, let us know. We'd love to do that. And other than that, keep crushing it, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.